Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you guys are having a great Easter Sunday and continue to have a good Easter Sunday. Make sure you guys are keeping safe, staying inside, sanitizing, clean your hands for the whole coronation thing. And we're gonna continue off with our GN online lessons. Today before I start with that, actually, we're gonna have some announcements. Last week we had our picture challenges for GN, and the winner got the pizza for the family. But we're gonna continue to do that this week, and this time we're gonna have Popeye's family dinner. So if you like Popeyes, you can complete these challenges and get that. So we're gonna do the exact same thing. We're gonna have pictures taken of you guys completing the challenges and posting them on your social media with the GN hashtag, and you can do that day by day or complete them all at once. But they just have to be submitted by Thursday, 11 p.m. And the winner will be announced on Friday, 2 p.m. So just keep posted on that, and let's continue on with the video. Since he taught last week, let's do a quick little recap of what he taught last week. So did you catch that? No? Okay, one more time.
Synergize.
So, as he said, we have three profiles, right? We have the tolerator, and we have the shunner, and we have the celebrator. And we want to be in that celebrator, role. But continuing off on that, I want to hit with the point of we're all a minority of one. You see, it's a lot easier to appreciate differences when we realize that in one way or another, we're all a minority of one. And that diversity is not just not only an external thing, it's also an internal thing. And we're gonna see that by with the topic of we're on a minority of one and hitting these 3 points. So we all learn differently, we all see differently, and we have different traits, styles, and characteristics. So the first is we learn differently. Uh, I'm sure that you noticed that your friends or your siblings don't exactly learn the same. These are the seven most dominant ways of learning. As you can see, there's linguistic, logical, mathematical, bodily kinesthetic, spatial, musical, interpersonal, intrapersonal. Not one type is better than the other, they're only different. You may be like a logical, mathematical dominant like way of learning, and your siblings can be an interpersonal dominant. And like depending on how like you're okay with diversity, you might be like, oh, she's weird or he's weird, he's talkative, or mine is better because I can take advantage of my strengths and stuff like that. There's, like I said, there's no one better than the other. They're only different. The second is we see differently. I'm sure you guys have seen like those pictures where there can be, like, for example, there can be a picture of mice or a mouse, let's say I look at it and it's like, oh, I see a mouse, but in the same way someone else sees the head of a person. It just goes to show that like the events in your past have formed a lens or like a diagram, like a paradigm through which like you can see the world. And since like no two people's past are exactly alike, there can't be the exact same perspective. So one person can see a mouse and another person can see a guy. They're both right because that's what they see. Once you catch on with like everybody's views are different than yours, it helps you increase your understanding and respect for differing viewpoints. And least, last one is we have different styles, traits, and characteristics. Now, this one's a little bit hard to explain. In the book, it gives you like a little test that helps you um, identify with like four categories, which are named after fruit. So there's the grapes, oranges, bananas, melons, and the cool thing about taking the little test is that it gives you like those categories, and it shows that what strengths each fruit has. So like a banana could have the ability to plan and fact find and organize, following directions. Melons could have debating points of view, finding solutions, analyzing ideas, and so on and so forth. So each one had their own strengths and their troubles, and it helped you understand that each one is different and have their own strengths and weaknesses. So, next is celebrate your own diversity. And one of the tendencies that we have is to ask, so which is the best fruit? And the answer to that question is that's a dumb question. See, as siblings, you know, if you have siblings like I do, we tend to be like, or at least sometimes I used to be, oh well, I'm better than my siblings. Well, she might be better at arts and crafts, but I'm better at my school, so school really matters more, so I'm better. The thing is that we all have our differences. We all have our weaknesses and strengths, and we complement each other. And so you shouldn't really care if if they're better at this, and you have to point out their weaknesses or anything like that. It we all complement each other. And so if and let's say in this case, like you got rejected by somebody, right? What if you might be the most, best looking grape there is, right? But he or she is not looking for a grape, they're looking for an orange or something like that. Doesn't there You don't have to worry. There's going to be somebody out there who's looking for that grape, the best looking grape, and that'd be you. So while you're going through the process of celebrating diversity, you might hit some um, roadblocks. There, although there are many roadblocks, the three major ones will probably be ignorance, cliques, and prejudice. You see, ignorance, the number one, the first one, it has to deal with you not acknowledging that there's a difference. So you might just like let's say people with like disabilities or anything like that. You don't acknowledge that they're different, or and you don't treat them the right way. Second word probably is cliques. Now, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be around people that you're comfortable with, but it kind of gets hard to celebrate diversity when you you tend to just keep everybody out, and you're surrounded by people that are very alike. Um, the, the people outside the group tend to start feeling like second class citizens, and that's not that you can't really celebrate diversity though. But don't worry, it's not hard to get into these cliques. All you have to do is give up your identity, lose your individuality, and just join the motion, what's going on. So you don't have to worry about that. Um, the third one is prejudice, and I'm a read up for this one. So in this one it says, um, so it sucks when you get stereotyped. Like, let's say you get stereotyped by the external things, the way you look, your skin color, what you wear, and it sucks because uh, they didn't give you the chance to like show yourself, or what's really in the inside, what really matters. And so in here it says, I'm sure lots of people have been labeled before, or prejudged by someone because of their skin color, the skin is the wrong color, their accent's too heavy, or you live on the wrong side of the tracks or the town. Although we are created equally, we aren't treated equally, and there's many leaps that these minorities have um, to hurdle because of this, and that's just one of the roadblocks that you can might encounter. So next is sticking up for diversity, uh, and I really like the examples they start putting up in the book that we're following, the 7 habits of highly effective teams. In the book, it starts saying about finding the highway, how synergy is not like is often confused with compromise and cooperation, because like in compromise in the book it says 1 plus 1 can equal or equals 1.5, because you're not meeting, you're meeting halfway. You're completing what you have to do, but you're meeting halfway, not in everybody's terms. Cooperation is 1 plus 1 is equal 2, which is you add up what you do, you add up what they do, and you get the double, right? But synergy is more than that. Synergy, it says here, is 1 plus 1 is equal 3 or more, and it makes sense because like if your weaknesses and your strengths complement somebody else's, and they help you um with your weaknesses, and you help them with theirs, and just complement each other so well, you start like not only fulfilling what the both needs, but even more. And and I'm a and I love this one because it says it talks about what is it, a carpenter or builder. So that synergy is everywhere. So let me read it off for you. It says builders know it all too well. If one 2x4 beam can support 607 pounds, then two by four should be able to support 1,214 pounds, right? Actually, two by fours can support 1,821 pounds. If you nail them together, two by fours can support 4,878 pounds, and two by fours nailed together can support 8,481 pounds. And see, not only does it, like, you can show us the example of it should be able to withstand this weight, right? Like in cooperation, but in fact, it does even more. It does even more. So like that's the synergy. It not only does it feel what it should do, but it does even more. So we know the benefits of the benefits of synergy, but how do you get to achieving synergy? Um, and so there's five actually steps that help with that. So the number one is identifying the problem or the opportunity. Number two is their way, finding out what their way is, like what they want to do, and then is your way, which is my way, what I want to achieve, or what I want to do, and then you brainstorm into figuring out how do we come up with both being satisfied. And then the highway, which is when you not only cooperate, but you synergize with that person or and the idea into providing a better answer. Great teams are usually made up of about five or more people, different types of people, and they each play an important role into the team. You have your like heavy potler, sure and steady, that can stick to the job until the job is done. Then you have your followers that are very supportive to the leaders, and if they hear a great idea, they get it done. Innovators who are creative idea people, they often add the spark that just burns that fire for the teams. You have your harmonizers. They provide unity and support and are great synergizers that help often with like the cooperation of the team. And of course, you have your hotshot show offs that are fun to work with. That can be at times it can be tough, but they bring that extra spice and momentum needed to get that success for the team. Great teamwork is like a great piece of music. All of the voices and instruments can be like singing and playing all different types of notes at once, but they aren't competing. Individually, the instruments and voices are like making different sounds, playing them to different notes, pausing at different times, but yet they blend together and create a whole new sound. I believe that's what synergy is. All of that said, now more than ever, I hope you guys take this and apply it to your daily lives, and just take it into heart. And with that, I'd like to close in prayer. Thank you, God, for this day. I hope that you continue to just take care of us. I pray that we take this to heart and learn that we now more than ever we need to synergize, not just cooperate or tolerate each other. We need to work together to find the best solution and just take care of each other. I pray that you continue to guide us, love us, put your hand over our lives, and just love. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen.